everyone out there. You're welcome to another edition of Moments with Guide. And first of all, I want to thank all of those that subscribe to our channel. And then if you're watching me for the first time, please kindly subscribe to the channel and then click on the bell button in order to get notifications of all of our posts. Now, this is Moments with Guide. And what we do here is just to impact our teenagers and youths positively. So you just need to follow us up. We teach on topics that affect the teens and the youths. Okay? So right about now, I'll be talking about how to scale through teenagehood successfully. Now, teenagehood is a difficult phase. It is a beautiful phase. It is challenging. But then there are steps. There are procedures that if you follow, there are principles that if you can follow those principles up, you will scale through successfully. Without any stigma, you scale through being exceptional, you scale through and stand out. All you need to do is one, be deliberate about it. You have to be deliberate, be intentional about it. You have to diligently follow those principles. And then you have to make up your mind to really stand with those principles, okay? So now, I'm going to be listing those points. But before then, we'll be going for a short break. So I would like you all to get your jotters and your pen ready so that you can jot down this point because they are going to be of massive help to you. Okay, so God bless you as you do so.
It's Moment with Guide.
Welcome back to Moments with Guide. Okay, just follow me up. I am sure you have your jotters ready, right? Good. So now, in order to scale through teenagehood successfully, like I said, there are so many principles you need to work with. And in order for you to work with those principles, you need to do away with what people say or the trends that is happening, okay? So now the first point that you need as a teenager to scale through successfully is aligning yourself to God. Now this is very important because God actually created you. He put those hormones in you, those hormones that are very active, those hormones that are making you to feel like venturing into different things. God actually puts them there. So if you can align yourself with Him, He would definitely help you. Get acquainted to God. Try as much as you can to build your relationship with God. Because when you build your relationship with God, you attend church activities, you are involved in so many activities in church, you find out that you are more occupied with things of God to think about other negative things. You know, like it's often said, an idle man is the devil's workshop. So when you're idle, in other words, the devil tends to come in and fill you with thoughts. But when the thought of God is all over you, when you're always thinking about God, when you have things, when you're in a relationship with God, there is no possibility for the devil to just get into you like that. So that is the first point. Get aligned with God. Know the scriptures, know what God says, know what is right and what is not good to do. And with that, you have the Holy Spirit in you. It cautions you whenever you're trying to take a wrong step. Okay? So secondly, you should be fervent in prayers. Now, prayer works. Trust me. Prayer works. You need to pray for yourself. The prayers your parents, your pastors make for you is actually good. But the prayer you make for yourself matters a lot. It goes a long way in helping you build your capacity. It goes a long way. Now, you need to call on God. Anytime you feel those things, you need to tell God, God, this is what I'm feeling. I can't help myself. I can't do it on my own. I need you to help me. And then you'll be surprised at how God helps you. There is nothing too big or too small for you to pray about. So make sure you are standing up in the place of prayers. Do not be weakened in this aspect. Because there are so many forces right now that will be working against you at this point. So you really need to pray. Pray yourself out of every bad situation, out of every bad habit that you're having. Okay, so now the third point is you need to avoid wrong friends. I'll always say that your friends can either make you or break you. Now the company you keep, they can either help you stay on the right track or pull you off the track. So the friends you keep will determine how far your relationship with God goes, will determine how far you think, how well you think, and how focused you will get. So if you keep working with the wrong set of people, trust me, you end up drifting gradually, day after day, until you find yourself falling completely off the track. So avoid those friends that are just there to influence you negatively. Just cut off from them. You need to avoid them. Okay? So then the next point is you should listen to your parents and every other person that is out there to help you. Those that are trying to advise you, those that are trying to talk you into doing the right thing, they do not hate you. Sometimes you feel your parents are old school, you feel they've done what they want to do, they've done their own parts, and they've lived their life. This is now my life, I need to live it the way I want. No. Most of our parents found themselves in those negative habits. Most of them found themselves doing things they do not want to do, and then they will not like you, their child, to also fall a victim of circumstance. So when you hear them talking to you, they don't hate you. They really want to help you. Even if they try to talk to you in a way that you don't like or you feel it's not okay for you, but the intention is pure. Their intentions are pure. So please, listen to your parents. Listen to anyone out there that is trying to encourage you, trying to help you stay on the track. Do not allow the devil deceive you not to listen to them, because you actually need even your parents, you need their prayers and their guidance at this time of your life. Okay? So, the next point is you should do all you can to avoid pornography. Now, pornography is one thing that has killed the moral life of many teenagers today. When you watch pornography, when you feed on them, what you're succeeding in doing is you're just making yourself open to lust. And the moment you're open to lust, anything happens. You begin to have so many negative thoughts running through your head. And as time goes on, you want to work with it. As time goes on, you want to act on those thoughts that are running through your head. So avoid pornography. That is why it is very important you watch the sites you visit on the internet. You watch the things you see, the things, the kind of music you listen to. You watch them. And then another point is you should be careful in social media. Now, social media is not actually bad, but it depends on what you're doing there, and it depends on what you're watching. We live in a time whereby you can see virtually anything you want to see on the social media. It depends on you now to make a choice of the people you follow, make a choice of the pages you visit, make a choice of the sites you go into. And do not for any reason make social media an addiction. Because at this time, most of you, what you do is just chat all day, chat all night. And if you check those chats, they are not productive things. They are chats that will end up making you to do wrong things. So be very careful of what you do on social media. And then make sure you build a healthy self-image. Now, most times you're pressured into falling for peer pressure because you do not know who you are. You have a low self-esteem, which is as a result of an unhealthy self-image. Now, you need to build your self-image. You need to know who you are in Christ. You need to know that you're made in the image and likeness of God. You need to know yourself. Now, do not allow anyone make you feel less of yourself. The moment you begin to feel like, I need to be like this girl, I need to be like this guy, I need to have his hair, I need to have her hair, I need to look like this, you've gotten it all wrong. At that point, it begins to drain your self-esteem. You begin to develop a low self-esteem that makes you want to fit in. Now, what makes you want to always fit in is that low self-esteem, because you're not okay with yourself. You feel you accept what the society gives. You accept the definition of beauty. You accept the definition of friendship. You accept the definition of who you are, which has been defined negatively by the society, by trends, by fashion, and all that. So, but the moment you build a healthy self-image, nothing bothers you. Nothing moves you. Nothing at all moves you. There is no reason for you to fall into peer pressure. You don't have that craving to fit in because you already know who you are. You know where you're heading to. So, another point is, have the vision of your goals in mind. Now, most times you just move haphazardly because you do not know where you're going to. You do not have a focus. And you know, when you don't have a direction, when the wind comes, it blows you off to anywhere it's going to. So, but when you have a focus, when you have a vision of where you're heading to, and your eyes is focused on that, you would not allow anything drift your eyes off it. You would not allow it. Now, when you have the vision of your goals in mind, and you know that at this point in time, there are habits that if I get used to, there are places if I go to, there are things if I do, they will distract me and they will not allow me to achieve that goal, you discover that you just leave those things. You would not even want to venture into them because you already have a focus. You already know where you're heading to. So please, I urge you to have focus. Have your goals in mind. Because when you do that, nothing drifts you off from it. Nothing at all drifts you off from it. So you need also to have someone like a counselor, someone much elderly that you can confide in, someone that is out there to teach you the ways of God, someone that is out there to teach you how to move about at this time of your life. You need to have like a role model, someone you look up to, someone you want to act like, you want to be like, because that person is following Christ. So you want to follow those footsteps. Now, when you have a role model that is just someone that is into negativity, you know, you find yourself also, you want to be like that person. But when you have a good role model, when you have someone that counsels you, someone you can actually listen to, you know, each time you have a problem, because there are times that are very difficult, that you need someone to talk to. You cannot just be quiet. So you meet those set of people and then you talk to them. It could be your parents, it could be your mom, your dad. You confide in. Be free. You need to open up to them. So another point is you need to learn how to open up. Stop keeping secrets. Stop holding it back. When you find yourself in a fix, please open up and talk. When you're being harassed sexually, when you're being disturbed by someone, the opposite sex, please, you need to talk. Because when you don't talk, that is what has led to so many people being raped. That is what has led to so many people being in the problem they are today. Because they felt too shy. They felt, how am I going to start saying this to people? So learn to open up. When you're in a fix, please do not keep shut. Furthermore, you need to avoid craving for people's validation. Now, you want to do things because every other person is doing it. You want people to give you credit. You want people to call you a big boy and a big girl. You always crave for people's validation. It is very wrong. The moment you begin to have that mindset, the moment you begin to try to do things because you want to please people, because you want people to give you credit, then you have gotten it all wrong. Because even if you're doing the wrong thing, you will definitely find people who will still give you credit for it. So just think of what God wants you to do. And if that particular action you're about to take is wrong, then you need to stop it. At that point, you just need to let go of it. Now, one thing you should have at the back of your mind is that for the fact that every other person is doing a particular thing, for the fact that everyone is moving at a particular path, does not mean the destination is good. It does not mean they are on the right path. So sometimes you need to dare to be different. You need to dare to stand out. Because you're exceptional. Don't always do things because it is a trend, or because your friends are doing it, or because your colleagues and every other person around you is doing that thing. Because if you do that, you end up falling off the track. So it is very important for you to take note of all of these points. Take note of that. And then lastly, be mindful of what you listen to, things you see, and where you go to. Now, you can't tell me at this point in your life, all you do is partying as a teenager, all you do is listening to music that arouse, you sexually, all you do is watch movies that are pornography inclined. So that begins to kill your moral life. So at this point, when you do that, it destabilizes all of your moral life. So it is very important for you to watch what you listen to, watch what you see, what you hear, and places that you go to. You don't go to everywhere. It is not every gathering you must attend. If it is not going to be productive, if it is not going to impact any positive thing to you, then there is no need for you to be there. Because time is very, very important. For every single minute you waste cannot be recovered. So you make productive use of your time. Use your time wisely for things that will help you. So now, with those few points I've mentioned, I'm pretty sure you will work with it. Please, because it is going to help you. Now, at this point, all you need to do is just have a focus. Whatsoever it is you want to do, just think on it. Don't just rush into doing things. Don't just rush without thinking. Whatever you want to do at this point of your life, think on it. Am I doing the right thing? Is this action going to please God? Is this action going to be of positive impact to me? Is this going to add something to me getting to my goals? Is this going to push me further to achieving my goals? Or is this going to keep me stagnant? You need to think on that. You don't just do things anyhow. You don't live your life anyhow. So by the time you have that in mind, by the time you always think on that, I'm telling you, it will be very difficult for you to take wrong steps. Because the moment you want to take those wrong steps, and you're already thinking, am I doing the right thing? And you're already thinking, how is this thing going to help me? The moment you think about that, and you realize that, wow, as I'm about to do this thing, it is actually not going to help me. Rather, it is going to reduce my self-worth. It is going to reduce me to nothing. It is going to pull me off the track. It is going to disrupt my relationship with God. It is going to make me a bit farther from getting to my goals. Then you will stop. Always think before you act. Always think before you act. Whatsoever you're doing that is not going to please God, whatsoever you're doing that is not going to add any positive thing to your life, please and please, you need to cut off from that. You need to let go of it. It is not worth it. You have a very, very amazing, promising future ahead. You cannot afford to ruin it because you want to fit in. You cannot afford to ruin it because you want to do some of those negative things that are not helpful. You cannot afford to ruin it because you end up having a stigma that you will live with for the rest of your life. So I don't think you're ready to do that. Please, just do all you can to stand out. It pays. In times to come, you might not see it now. Right now, you might feel like it's a waste of time. Right now, you might feel like you're being deprived of doing those fanciful things. You might feel like you're being deprived of fun. You might feel like you're being deprived of mingling with others. But no. When you're much older, when you become a youth, when you grow to some phase of your life, when you grow to another level of your life, and then you look back and see those steps you took and see those actions you took, you'll be thankful that, wow, you actually took those actions and they're helpful to you. So it is not just about now. Those things you're doing is not just about now. It's not going to end now. Let me shock you that whatsoever you do as a teenager, it affects your future. What you do now, this is a very, very fragile phase. This is a time that whatever action, whatsoever thing you accept to do, whatsoever you do now will affect you. It will speak in times to come. It is not just now. So are you ready to give up your beautiful future for peanuts? Are you ready for that? Of course not. You are not. So I want you to know that you are exceptional. You are beautiful. You are made in the image and likeness of God. And you have a promising future. You have a mission to accomplish. So do not try to run another man's race. Do not try to follow people. Do not try to move with the trend. Walk with what is right. Move with God. And you will see how blossom your life becomes. So, until I come your way again, thank you so much for watching. Please, and please, you can share it to any teenager you really love and you care about. God bless you. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications of our other posts. Thank you, and God bless you.
Moments with